G'day, he's Gary,
And he's Shane.
and you're watching ECITV.
You certainly are. Enjoy. Okay, everyone. Shane and I, episode 29, finally had a little bit of racing, so everyone welcome along, and we'll probably get into this week's show.
So we don't have a whole lot of news, but we do have some action footage from Northern Park, which we'll show you later on.
Actually, we probably brushed over that super quick because, as we've said all along, we started this 29 episodes ago and we've had 27 episodes without any racing. So to go and have a little bit of racing and get a little bit of footage and cover an event is pretty awesome. So we're pretty stoked about that. But yeah, like Shane said, we'll go a little bit more into depth later on. So yeah.
It was awesome enough just soaking up the atmosphere of being at a BMX race again. I mean, it wasn't massive, but it was a whole lot of fun just being there and capturing the racing and seeing the smiles on, 100 individuals' faces, and family, of course.
It was just so good to be back. I'd hate to think what it's going to be like at a bigger race meeting because it was an absolute thrill to be out there. And great track, and we were well looked after. Craig made us welcome, and yeah, it was an awesome day. Weather held out, so it was good.
All right, so before we get into that, we'll do some general discussion. ABC are developing a new line of Cook Brothers racing parts. So Cook Brothers are from way back in the early 80s. They made some amazing stuff back then, and I think it's highly sought after by collectors. So they're making all sorts of things like handlebars and stems and C-clamps, headsets, cranks, and they're teaming up with Box to make hubs and brakes, which are co-branded. So it'd be pretty cool to see the rebirth of Cook Brothers. Do you remember much Cook Brothers wise?
Look,
was that before your time?
It was before my time, but I remember when we had Total BMX, our retail store, that we had a few sets of Cook Brothers cranks come into the store for, just for servicing and when we're working on BMX bikes. And back then, I mean, they were old, so like I'm going back 25 years. So at 25 years ago, they were old. So, but they were fantastic. Yeah, they were really good quality. So it's good to see someone like that coming back onto the market.
Yeah. We also this week, I think it was this week, no, last week, added some more tyres to the BMX Ultra online gear calculator. So now if you've got radio oxygen tyres, you can check out the gear calculator and work out what's the right gearing for you.
Still haven't got speed booster elites.
Yeah, well, you still haven't provided me with the measurements. I got called mirrors this week, all because of you. So, unfortunately, once again, we don't have enough bikes to do the answer BMX show us your bike. So make sure you take some nice photos of your bike. It's, getting sunny out there. You should be able to get some pretty hot photos.
Actually, I do know one bike that would be a shoe-in win. And that's Jake Hall's new rig that I think you saw a glimpse of it last episode, episode 28. The Stay Strong that custom build. Jake picked it up last night, and I think he's a very, very happy lad.
I think I saw that on ECI's socials. You were giving the grips a bit of a plug, the Alienation Moto grips.
Alienation Moto grips. Super thin. If you like lock-on grips, but you find them a little bit thick and you want to go to a super thin lock-on grip, yeah, the Alienation Motos. So if you see Jake, ask him about them because he's never used them before, but he was wildly excited about giving them a try.
Very cool. And we've noticed that Felicia Stancils announced that her time at Supercross is over. So where do you think she might be going?
Well, that's the $1 million question. Well, I don't think it'd be $1 million question, but that's the $1 million question because I had noticed just before we went to air that she had posted on her social media that her time had finished at Supercross, and guess where she was going. And there was a lot of people that jumped on and commented, and it seemed like if you wanted to take the stats and take that into account, I'd say Chase is the main runner because it seemed like everyone was voting that Chase would be a likely step for her, but there's been no announcement at all. And some in the industry do know. I can't tell you who, but yeah, hopefully it's on one of ECI's stable brands. But we'll find out.
It'll be very interesting. I could write on the back of this who I think it is, and we could show next episode. But we still won't know by then. I don't think it's going to be announced until the 1st of January. Is that right? She didn't say anything.
I'll probably be announced before the 1st of January. But knowing what social media is like these days and rumour mills and everything, it'll probably be announced pretty quick just to put a stop to it all.
Okay, cool.
So
we had a pretty exciting weekend last weekend. USABMX Grand Nationals were on. Both watched a little bit of it. It was pretty interesting to see Connor Fields win the AA men again, Elise Willoughby win the Pro Women again, and Tyler Brown win Vet Pro again. So it was almost a repeat of the previous year. Both Tyler and Elise had to work pretty hard, and Connor didn't get it too easy either. Once Joris woke up after the first moto, he was all over him, wasn't he?
It was some good racing. It's a phenomenal event. I know we mentioned it a couple of times, but if you ever get the opportunity to head over to Tulsa and go along to it, it is fantastic. I think there'll be more internationals there in 2021 than what there would be Americans.
It was interesting to see a lot of South Americans and even a couple of Aussies show up. Obviously, Lauren Reynolds showed up. She got 4th in the Pro Women. Josh McLean, he showed up and made everyone notice him in that first round of the Pro final, coming out and just blowing everyone away. But unfortunately, got caught up in traffic in the next two. I think he finished 4th as well, actually.
I must admit, Lauren is always there. She's just a consistent rider. She's that good that, you know, if you took the average over, you know, sort of the last 10 years or whatever, she'd be right up there because she just nearly always podiums. She's such a good rider. And
I mean, 4th isn't on the podium, but she's just as deserving as, you know, Elise. Who else is there? Mariana Pajon and obviously Felicia Stansel as well.
Who does she ride for?
Felicia Stansel. I think she's going to ride for ECI, isn't she?
No.
Didn't you say Stats at the start?
No, she's going to ride for Stats.
That's what you said. The Stats say.
Statistics.
The Grands Spectacular was also interesting because they did a lot of the Pull Magazine Awards. So to see Jeremy Smith from Stay Strong take the Pro of the Year was a bit of a surprise for me. Normally it's a far more popular rider, but Jeremy's gone leaps and bounds in this last, 18 months on the Stay Strong brand and riding under Domingos Lamoglia's training.
Yep.
So it was really good to see, you know, fresh blood come into those awards. There's other awards, obviously, other team and bike awards.
Yeah.
We won't worry about them. You can go looking for those. Just go to USABMX.com and I'm sure you'll find the results there. So we're going to talk about Track Attack again. People might get bored with us talking about Track Attack, but we never get bored talking about racing.
On again, off again, new fixture, new dates, back again, Track Attack.
So they've gone back to racing Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, which is interesting. I'm sure it works. It's been proven for, nearly 20 years now?
Yep.
Probably longer, actually. And we're waiting to see if restrictions are lifted because they've got two possibilities. Under current restrictions, they can only have 500 people at an event. So they're going to cap it, I think it was 220 amateur riders plus pros, and then a cap of 250 spectators. So it's basically one spectator per rider under the age of 18, and so no family or friends for any of the riders over 18, or the pro riders or anything. There'll be no cruiser. There were a bunch of other classes they were going to drop just to be able to squeeze people in. So fingers crossed.
Fortunately, it is the ever-changing sort of rules of COVID. So, yeah.
And we've been doing all right here in Victoria. It must be, 5 or 6 weeks now of no new cases. So things should change for the better, which means hopefully more riders, less restrictions.
More spectators.
And we'll hopefully get some interstate riders coming in. The way things are, it was basically first in, first served. You're going to have to enter the whole series to be able to race, which makes it kind of tough. But fingers crossed it all works out for Track Tack and it all works out for BMX here in Victoria.
And BSX.
Well, we can get onto BSX separately. We don't have quite as many people show up, so a 500 people cap isn't going to hurt us at all. We might get 300 people on the day. We do rely on interstate riders heavily, but we still get a lot of local support as well. So with BSX, we've got our t-shirt design released just this week. So if you want to head over to bmxultra.com, you should see those, and there's pre-orders available already. We do have limited numbers and we're not going to go back and order anymore. So if you want to make sure you get one, head over to BMX Ultra. It's got all the details there.
They're a good looking tee. In actual fact, I've got last year's on.
Yeah, 2020. So this year's
2020. Yeah, this year's last. Yeah. last events.
Events.
Yep.
Gold partner announcement. Firebird have come back on board, so they're obviously supplying the plates and the t-shirts again. Always high quality t-shirts. I love wearing my Firebird t-shirts. They never actually tend to fade. We don't get any problems with any of the print or anything, so I'm pretty happy and proud to wear one of these. Also, Wes Colbrand, who is a good friend of ECI.
Certainly is. Wes, g'day mate.
A viewer of ECITV and a good mate of ours. He's personally donated Mongoose, which is the replica Netflix Stranger Things Mad Max limited edition bike, which they've been quite popular, probably more popular than Mongoose ever expected. There's only been a small run of those frames, I think 2 small runs of those bikes done. And Wes has donated one. They're selling on eBay for around $1,000. Hopefully one of the BSX supporters gets it for a lot cheaper than that, and it helps us to raise a lot of money for the Children's Hospital.
That is so good of Wes to donate that, and it just goes to show what a good cause the BSX Royal Children's Hospital fundraising event is for someone like Wes to turn around and donate a bike that of possibly $1,000 value to a good cause. So it's great to see people get behind it, and if anyone's got anything out there they want to donate like Wes, feel free.
So he is also donating 2 signed Luke Medill jerseys. So I'm sure they'll go well too. Luke's always been quite a popular rider.
Very popular, yep.
And just a little bit of background, Wes did ride at BSX last year. It was his first time, and his eyes are open now. So he's
seen the light.
Already planned his trip, and he's coming down. So he's our first confirmed interstate visitor, and he'll be helping us out. So it's great to get support from people like Wes and all of you out there.
Certainly.
Also, we'll be getting some more track works done this week, so we should be able to show them off at our next show.
Yeah, well, next show we'll probably do remotely from BSX track, so we can showcase the track and hopefully plug the event a little bit more.
That'd be great.
Speaking of events,
so you can talk about this one.
Like we said at the start of the show, we had the opportunity to go to Northern BMX Club race meeting on Saturday. So a few of the ECIBMX crew and profile crew and everything decided to go along and have a bit of a look and support them, do a little bit of filming for ECITV while we were there. And Shane has put together a clip from the day, and he's done a fantastic job of it, and I'm sure we're about to play it, so I'm sure once you've seen it, we'll come back, but once you've seen it, you'll realise how much fun club racing is. You see these young kids all full of smiles and everyone getting on and having a laugh, and it's just a really well-run club, a well-run event. and it was almost put a lump in our throat going along to BMX after so long. So yeah, we'll probably run the clip now, and then we'll come back in a little while and have a bit of a chat about it.
Make sure you look at the sheep stations in the 30 plus class. We've captured that final for you. It's a fun thing for us to be on the sidelines and watching it. They put on a good show for us. So keep an eye on that. So press the play button.
Hi, it's Craig Graham here, the president of Northern BMX Club. Wanted to welcome everyone back to racing in Victoria. This is our first race meeting back since March, and the 5th race meeting that our club has held. So we're really excited to have everyone back. Great to have people from lots of clubs here and enjoying BMX again.
So it's been a long time coming. What's it feel like as a club president to be able to open your track again for people to come along and have a ride?
It's super exciting. It's the reason we're here. We want to make sure that the kids and the parents are out there enjoying BMX, and we've had lots of support from local council to get things up and running again. So we're really happy to have everyone back on board and on track.
I see Northern have a state round coming up too. This is probably a good idea of what's in the future for Northern. You're going to be growing even bigger and bigger. You must have, what, about 150, 200 riders by now after only, 18 months?
We've had a lot of people join the sport, which has been great. I think we're at about 150 active members at the moment. We've got a state series round this year. We wanted to support not only the Victorian riders in having a state series, but we also wanted to make sure that the riders that wanted to progress through National Cup had those points on hand. So I think we're the only metro round in the state series, so hopefully we get a big turnout.
All right, thanks very much for having us, and good luck for today.
No worries. Thanks, and having you guys here is great, supporting the BMX community. So thanks to ECITV.
After 8 months of not riding, how does it feel to be back out racing at a BMX track?
Probably hard. I had 12 months out.
You were injured.
I was injured, so I had 12 months out, but I stayed in the mix. I stayed in the social circles a bit, and that's helped. And first race back today, I was very nervous, to say the least.
The first clubby in Melbourne since lockdown's been lifted, and how have you found coming back to racing?
I was a little bit nervous, to be honest. Not so much for myself, but I know everyone else haven't raced for 6 months as well. So
Yep.
I was feeling a little bit anxious, to be honest.
How have you found coming back to your first race meeting?
Well, my last race was I crashed out, so it's been a long time in between. So
it's been a lot longer than the COVID period.
But it gave me a good time to recover and get back to being 100%. So that's one of the advantages. But yeah, it's been a long road, so it's good to be back and to be on the track and to see everyone out here. It's been a long road in between, so it's good.
Absolutely, it's good to see so many people out here and back to the friendly banter of the BMX side of things.
Yeah, definitely.
Riders is ready. Watch the gate. Big snap. Gosling sitting in there in second. Hines and Bowl fighting it out for third. Peachy Nevat, Savage, Stasmar rounding out the field. Paul Brinkat down the second straight with Gosling on the outside making moves. Hines and Bowl going to Canning. Corner, Bowl makes the move into third. We've got Brinkat with Gosling down the inside making his move. Is he going to make it stick into the last corner here? Brinkat with a thumb! Crosses the line, takes him off the track. Oh, Bowl comes through. Hines comes through.
We're here with the, was it 35 plus?
I think it was 30
plus. All right, so the 30 plus champion of the day. It was very hotly contested. I think there was 10 of you. So a final.
I think so, 10, yes.
And you took the win. How was it?
It was good. I just took advantage of the last corner incident to get in front. I happened to be in the right spot, so it wasn't too bad.
So you rode your race and then it all opened up in front of you?
Oh yeah, just try and stay smooth, but not too close to other people. But
so could you see what was happening out there?
Yeah, I saw Paul kind of take a bit of an inside line, and
I could see something could happen in this final, so I was just ready to take advantage of it. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, good job. You're in the right place at the right time. And
That's it.
Got the job done.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
We're here with Paul Brincat.
Yep.
I think I'm going to call you the Basset Hound.
Basset Hound.
You find the prey and then you go on attack.
Yeah.
So there was a last turn incident.
Yep.
I want to hear your side of the story.
He left me about half an inch.
Yeah.
That was enough.
That's enough.
Yeah, so I just tried to go for the win.
So you've been battling it out all day.
Yeah.
And I heard there's been other clubbies that there's been some battles.
Yeah. It's
So
always good here.
this is an outstanding rivalry.
Yeah, we're good mates and we all go hard.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
And what was the game plan when you got passed down that second straight?
I was always going to clean him up on one of the corners. That was the plan.
That was the plan?
Yeah.
I like it.
He was beating me on the straights all day, so I thought I've got to slow him down somehow.
Yeah. So use the turns to your advantage.
That's it.
Good job. And what do you end up with?
Second.
Second. All right, we'll take that.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
That's it.
Good job.
Thanks, mate.
The man that probably came out the worst out of the incident.
Twice.
So the final and 35 plus.
Yep.
You're out the front.
Yep.
And then there was a last turn incident.
Had good speed, good position. Thought I'd got across enough, and thought I had a bit of room. Went around, and the bomber got me again. Dived down inside, and I went a little bit wide and took advantage. But to his disadvantage, took me out and lost the race. So
Right. And there's a bit of history there we've heard.
yeah, so every clubby we have excellent battles.
Yeah.
But it's all in good fun, and you know, it's teaching us both to ride a bit smarter, I guess. So
Ride smarter, cover your lines.
cover your lines, and it's good for kids, you know. Watch us old blokes and don't do what we do, basically.
That's it. We were the race after you, so I was on the hill every time watching the battles, and I think it was good to watch. It's it's two guys going for it, and you could see Paul was going to send you over that turn no matter what. So it's
100%. Yeah, and the guys in the background are always there to catch. Jeff's a good rider. He's been around a long time, so he knows that an opportunity, take that window and get the win, and that's what he did. So well done.
All right. So what have we learned for the next one?
Stay back, wait for the window, and take it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Riders ready. Watch the gate. Now he's dropped a little bit of power. Damien Leon taking it to him down the first straight. The boys are looking for a $50 bonus if they get the track lap record today. Max Cairns is going off, looking for that. Josh Wycheck into second place. One up the pro, guys. Oh, we had a little bit of action. Marcus is down. Clovis in third. AJ, fourth. Damien Leon's backed it out. The other boys have backed it out. Max Cairns looking for the goal. Josh Wycheck takes a second in Superclass, followed by Glavy, AJ, Van Leeuwen. Everyone is okay.
Max, welcome to the first ever main report for ECITV. That was the first main we've had in Victoria in 8 months.
That's crazy, isn't
How
it?
does it feel to take out the win?
Feels good. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long lockdown, and yeah, it's just awesome to come back out and have some racing. Everyone came out. I think we had 92 people out here today.
Something like that, yeah, which is a fair, decent turnout
Exactly,
for the first
for a
one
clubby.
back. Absolutely, for a clubby.
We had 8 people in pro. I think they had a final for 30 plus. So
Which is a good thing.
Exactly.
Now, there was a prize for the quickest or beating the fastest lap time that the club has. Did you? You won it today.
Yeah.
So you've taken out the win, you've taken out the fastest lap time, you've cashed in at the first clubby back.
yeah, it's awesome. No, they Craig sent me a message and said the lap time was a 29.9,
Okay.
and if I could beat the lap record,
Yep.
then I would get the money, the $50.
Beautiful.
So that was a little bonus in there. I just used it as a bit of conditioning today. It's good. We get hill times,
Yep.
full lap times. So I just every lap all the way to the line.
Beautiful. So do you know what your fastest time was at all, or still got to check it? You haven't been
So
told?
I haven't been told. I don't think that lap was the best one, but I think the second lap was a
Was the fastest
29.6. So
one? Beautiful.
I'll take it.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time. Straight after racing.
Oh, I know.
And
Huffing
hopefully we
puffing.
can have a few more interviews like this moving forward.
Keen.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
After 8 months of not being able to race or really get to a BMX track, what's it like to come back and race again?
It's brilliant because of family, just to get the families
Absolutely.
back together and having fun,
Yes?
encouraging the little ones and giving it a crack yourself.
Now this was your first race.
Yes.
So did you have fun out there?
Yeah, awesome.
Definitely come back and do it again?
Definitely come back.
Absolutely.
Yep, definitely.
So your husband came second. Your littlest one, wherever he might have run off to, is a sprocket and absolutely barreled his way around all day.
Yes.
Little Lever, how did she go?
You did well, didn't you? You tried your best racing with all the boys. She lost. She's sucking because she lost. Yeah, no, it's great fun. We're doing really well.
Absolutely.
Having fun.
Yep, that's good. That's what BMX is all about, having fun.
How did you all go here at racing today? You want to start, Hamish? How did you finish?
Finished fourth.
Fourth. What about you, Alex?
Third.
What about you, Madison?
Second.
And Belinda?
Fourth.
Fourth.
Nobody
What did you
died.
think of the first race back since COVID?
Good.
Good. Are you tired?
Yeah, pretty tired.
Yes.
It's a lot of pedaling on this track, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have fun?
5 laps of it.
5.
That was hard work, man.
Everyone have fun though?
Yep, was good.
So we just wrapped up the first race of Melbourne, the first clubby for you guys. Is it for the year or you did one at the start?
We did a couple in March, but we haven't done any since then. So
first race in 8 months. How did it go?
It went really, really well. I think we had some good riders. Always thank you for your support, Max.
Thank you.
I know that for the superclass guys in your training blocks, it's always a bit hit and miss whether you can get to clubbies and travelling and stuff. But really appreciate all the support. We had 94 riders, I think, from 13 different clubs here today, which was awesome. Good day's racing. The weather held out. Volunteers are back.
Awesome.
Really excited to have BMX back in Victoria.
I think that's the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway for the day, and why I wanted to come down is, first race and we're back. I think the lockdown's easing and we're kind of getting back to normality. So I think this was the first event, hopefully one of many, and you guys are going to have a few more to come?
Yeah, we plan to race clubbies every Saturday until the end of the year now. So we just want people back on bikes, getting involved. We want to make sure the kids find their motivation and their passion again before they go into the Christmas break.
Yep.
Obviously Track Attack's back on, which is awesome. So we'll prepare the kids for Track Attack. And the BSX event is something that we're really behind and support, and we know that you are as well. So BSX, get there on the Monday of Track Attack, support the Royal Children's Hospital. And just support BMX in general in Victoria. It's all the clubs are starting to get back online, running events, and we really think all the riders should just be around supporting everyone.
That's it, and that's what we're trying to push. Just get to the gate nights, get to the clubbies, and I think there's going to, like you said, there's going to be racing pretty much every weekend, and you could almost do 2 days in a row, all the way leading up to Christmas, and then going forward there's Track Attack and there's all that sort of stuff. So I think it's an exciting time for Melbourne.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it looks good. So great to see people on track. Keep at it. All the clubs are rebuilding and getting back into it, so support them where you can, and just enjoy BMX again.
Awesome.
It's been a long time.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Have a good one.
Hope you enjoyed that as much as we did putting it together. A massive thank you to Glenn Main, who's going to be a regular. You'll see him from time to time. He's going to be presenting the main event. I think he called it something else, but
oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it's always been the main event. But
so he'll be presenting the main event where he interviews the winner of the pro class of any of the events we show up to. He did a fantastic job for his first time out. He was very nervous, as we all always are, but he did a fantastic job. And thanks to Max also, who basically took the mic and ran with it with the 30 plus guys for a little bit of extra entertainment.
You'll see with Max's, a couple of Max's interviews how he's huffing and puffing through the interview. So he literally jumped straight off his bike, grabbed a microphone and just wanted to start interviewing people. So yeah, fantastic there from both the boys.
And if you're interested in our state series next year, don't forget Northern have a round of the state series. So it's a good way to have a good close look at the track if you haven't been there already.
So the highlight of the day for you?
Watching the pro class, those guys were going pretty flat out. Max obviously had their number, but you saw him doing that power wheelie in the final, and it was enough to keep the margins a bit closer and maybe give him a bit of a scare down that first straight.
It was good racing for such a little compact event with like you said, sub 100 entries, but it was good racing.
So the thing is too, that's got a lot of club history, that track. So it's first official BMX track, although it's their second venue. First official BMX track in Victoria here. They had the 1998 World Cup. So they had a whole lot of internationals there for that 3-day event a week before the World Championships in Melbourne. You were still in BMX then?
Yep.
So you guys had a pro shop set up.
One of the main things that happened there that you didn't even cover.
What's that?
It's where I won my one and only state championship.
How could I forget?
Number one in cruiser. I can't remember what year it was.
I have some history there too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I won 2 state championships there.
Oh, so you have to be better, don't you?
And
I won 3.
And the Keith Williams. Well, I probably have won more. The number of years I've raced, I've forgotten how many times we've done state championships there. So yeah, a lot of history at that track, and it's great to see what the new committee have been able to do in such a short period of time. Very positive, always a lot of fun. They put a lot of emphasis into their new riders and do a great job there.
Certainly do. So that's probably about it for us. It's been exciting being able to bring to you a little bit of racing. So as we move forward and start to cover more events, we'll be able to do a lot more of that. I hope you did enjoy that Northern BMX little clip that we put together, or should I say Shane mainly put together, because he did a fantastic job of editing it, and yeah, hopefully we're going to have a lot more.
So I don't know when our next event will be. It'll probably be BSX, and you'll be on your own with the camera there. I'll be busy running around like a headless chook. As
BSX and tracker tape.
Yeah. And then hopefully we get to go into state soon. I think March might have been, February. There's some racing at Shepparton, so we'll get out to there hopefully.
Interstate all the way to Shepparton?
Yeah, all the way to Shepparton. It's a long way out.
No, it's all good, all good. So what we have for you, just as we say goodbye in the show, we're just going to put a little clip up of some highlights of the grands from last weekend. So please watch that. It only goes for, I don't know, a couple of minutes, but it's just a few highlights. I thought it was important to put it up there because it is a brilliant event. So that's about it for us for this week.
See you next time.
No worries. Stay safe, and yeah, see you when we're looking at you again.
Cheers.